Hello students of class 11, welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. I am Megha ma'am, I will teach you nutrition and this video is about proteins. Okay, it is the first video. So, we all know in the previous chapter that the protein is the building block of our body. Okay, that the protein used to make our body and it used to help to produce the cells and it can build our body well. Okay, so here the term protein was first introduced by the Dutch chemist like Granulair Modular in 1838, and the word of this meaning is a primary important thing. Okay, so what is the distribution? The 50% protein in our body is on muscles, 20% on bones, 10% in skin, and remaining are present in the many of the parts of the protein, many of the parts in our body. So the protein is mainly made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. These four main compounds are there, where carbon is about 50 to 55%, hydrogen is about 6 to 7.3%, oxygen is about 19 to 24%, nitrogen is about 15 to 24%. It is the first compound where the nitrogen is present, and sometimes the sulfur is also contained it, and sulfur is with this protein and it produce the sulfur proteins like that. The sulfur amount is also there. The sulfur amount, the sulfur percentage is about 0 to 4%, that is very less. Okay, so now the classification of the protein. The classification of the protein. We can classify the proteins according to various nature. What are the classifications? Like we can classify it according to the chemical nature. Okay. Also we can classify it according to the based on chemical properties. Okay. And also sometimes we can classify it according to the amino acids present on it, but basically it is based on these chemical properties. And now sometimes we can also classify it according to the quality of the protein and based on source, etc. So in the first we will discuss about the chemical nature. Okay, according to the chemical nature. So according to the chemical nature, the protein is also divided into the three parts, like simple protein, conjugated proteins, derived proteins. What are they? They are simple, conjugated, and derived. Okay. So the first part is the simple protein. So what is the simple protein? Where any one kind of protein is present, and in this one kind they produce the compounds. Okay, here it is called simple proteins. Simple proteins are those which contains only one amino acids, no prosthetic group, and simple proteins is hydrolyzed produced amino acids only. When we are hydrolyzed the simple protein, we can only get one kind of amino acids. You all know the proteins, the basic constituents of the protein is amino acid, right? So in the simple protein we can only get one kind of the amino acids. So what are the examples of it? Now simple proteins are albumin, which we can get in egg albumin, serum albumin, etc. Then tuberine, which we can get on potato, arachine on peanuts, glutenins like gluten and glutenin on wheat, and prolamins in gliadin and zein of maize, fibrous protein which is collagen, elastin, keratin present in skin, etc. and histone proteins, which is globulin in hemoglobin. Okay, these are the examples of the simple protein. Next, the conjugated protein. What is that conjugated protein? Conjugated protein means where any one or two amino acids, one or two types of the amino acids are conjugated together and produce one protein. Okay, like glycoprotein. What are the examples are? Like glycoprotein. I'm erasing this upper part. Glycoprotein. As the name suggests here, glycogen plus protein, right? Then the examples is mucin. In the mucin we can find out this glycoprotein. Then the lipoprotein. What does it mean? Lipo means fat, lipid plus protein. And the examples are in the cell membrane. We can find out this lipoprotein. Next is nucleoprotein, which is nucleic acid plus protein. Okay, and it is also present in the cell nucleus of the cell. Nucleoproteins mainly present in the nucleus of the cell. Next, the metalloprotein. That means metals and protein. Here the phosphate groups are the metalloprotein in the here the metals are attached with the as the prosthetic groups, and the proteins and with the amino acids, and amino acid and these metals all together form that metalloprotein. It's also present in hemoglobin. Like hemoglobin, in this hemoglobin the heme is a metal, iron is a metal which is present. Next is like phosphoproteins. Phosphoprotein, that means phosphate group plus protein. That means like the phosphate group is present. It's a combination of the phosphate part or phosphate group in the protein which is present in the casein of the milk. Okay, so the third is the derived protein. What is the derived protein? Here the derivations of the protein molecules apparently form through the hydrolytic changes of the nucleus of this protein. The proteins are get hydrolyzed and then produce the derived proteins. There are some derived proteins are called the primary derived proteins, some are secondary derived protein. Primary derived protein means these are the derivatives of the protein molecule formed by the hydrolysis of the bonds due to the digestion of the body. Okay, like examples are the metaprotein, peptones, etc. And the secondary derived proteins are, these are the produced from the original protein molecules involving factors like application of heat. When we apply the heat or this some kind of this physical properties on the proper protein, it will form the derived protein or secondary derived protein. This group includes coagulated egg protein, curdling of the milk, etc. So in the next video we will discuss more about it, and we will discuss about the based on the chemical properties in this classification of the protein. Till then, thank you.